Hey guys, it's me, Sonia, and we back again with another video. And listen, let me tell y'all, it is the beginning of a new month. I am recording this and it's going to be dropping on March 2nd of 2023, okay? And I just wanted to share something that I do every single month just to make sure that I'm actually doing what I said I was going to do for the year, right? Now, listen, if you've been on my email list, you already know what this is. And this is the monthly review routine, where we lay out a couple of things that we do every single month. And I send those little reminders in the email. So if you want a little bit more, you need that reminder, go ahead and sign up in the email list. It's going to be down below, okay? Now, let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's break down these 4 steps that happen in the monthly review, okay? The very first thing that we are going to do is step 1. You are going to write down everything that you have done this month. Now, I know all the time we talk about writing lists and stuff like that, and sometimes writing the list of what we need to get done is overwhelming. Like, we feel like we got absolutely nothing done when we see the long list of things that we still have to do. Well, this is a to-done list. Now, I can't take credit for this, but when I heard it, I was like, oh, we're incorporating this. So my therapist actually taught me this, and she was just like, it's a different way of looking at things, right? When you write down everything that you have already done, you have that sense of accomplishment. Like, oh, I am pretty awesome. I got a lot done this month. Or I got a lot done this day or this week or whatever, right? And with that, it helps you walk into this next phase of the review or whatever part of your day that you're going to be getting into with just a little bit more pep in your step, a little bit more, what's the word I want? Confidence in who you are and what you can get done, okay? Now, ideally, you should be doing this every day or maybe weekly, but let's just start with the monthly, okay? So write your own to-done list. This is actually a little bit of kind of like what I do and teach in my quarterly reviews, those 90-minute quarterly resets that I do as well. And what I typically talk about is write down your thankfulness list. Like, write down what you're thankful for. The whole idea of it is to have your mindset switched off of the negative and into the positive, because there's a lot of research surrounding the effects of positive thinking, right? Like, it's not just frou-frou weird stuff that people talk about. Like, it actually changes your brain. So this is another way to do that. Writing down everything that you have done for the month. That's step 1, okay? We good on step 1? All right. Now, step 2 is reading through your goals. And if you have one, reading your life plan. Now, this is the chance that you have to get through your goals and to remind yourself of all of the things that you said you wanted to do at the beginning of the year. If you have a whole life plan, this is the time to review your life plan. That includes your principles, the values that you live by. It includes where you are in life right now. It includes your big dream, the thing that you desire the most in the 6 key relationships that everybody should have. Now go ahead, I got a little link about that. I can tell you a little bit more about those 6 key relationships on, I did a video a few weeks ago about that. So definitely check that out. But anyway, this is your chance in reviewing your goals and reviewing your life plan to really see where you are. Do I remember who I say I'm supposed to be or who I say I want to be? Do I remember the things that I said were important to me? And how can I make sure that my life is walking in that direction? So that is the second step, reading through your goals and reading through your life plan if you have one. Again, if you need a life plan, you can holler at me, okay? But definitely really get in on that. And the reason for this is so that you can remember who you are. Remember who you said you are and who God says you are. And then it'll give you the ability to walk forward and to keep getting closer and closer. That's the whole point to this intentional living life. Like, we are intentionally living forward and living towards the dreams and the desires of our hearts, the dreams and the desires of what God has placed in us to do. So of course we got to review our life plans and our goals. We got to make sure we're actually making progress forward. And if we're not, then we do something about it before it's too late. All right? So, step 3 is to review progress on active goals. Now, if you follow what I teach, right now you should only really be focusing on 2 to 3 goals in this quarter. Typically, you'll have a whole suite of goals that you want to see accomplished in the year, but the wise thing to do is to stagger them out throughout the year. So now it's time to look at those goals that you said you wanted to hit this quarter and see where you are in those. So take a moment, look at those goals, figure out, okay, where am I? Do I need to switch up my game a little bit? Do I need to change how I do things? What needs to change to make sure that I'm still moving forward and that I can actually see the end of this goal at the end of a quarter? Okay? Now, the final thing is then to write at least 2 things, the next 2 things that you can do to move forward in your goals. After reviewing all of your active goals, there's probably some things that you probably need to do. There's probably some changes that you need to make in your life, right? Well, write those things down. Better yet, if there's things to get scheduled, schedule them. Actually put together some actions to move forward in what you desire to do. That's the whole point to this, right? We're not just reviewing for review's sake. We're reviewing so that we can actually make progress in our goals, okay? So listen, y'all, that is really it. It should take maybe like a half hour, or if you're really trying to get in there and really dig in, maybe an hour to do. But I encourage you to take your life seriously and do this monthly review. And again, if you want your own reminder for that, go ahead and sign up for the email list. You can go down below. The fun thing about getting on my email list is that I also provide you a really quick lesson, a really quick training on how to audit your life and see if you're actually living the life that you say you value, right? So check that out. Now, again, they're at the last month of the first quarter. Can you believe it? Like, this is March. This is the last one of first quarter. I'm just blown by it. And I mentioned a little bit earlier about my quarterly reset. If you're interested in it, definitely check below for the link and you can get involved, be a part of that quarterly reset. Okay? Now, super excited for you because now I know that you are going to be taking some steps towards living intentionally. I hope you have an awesome day wherever you are.